Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Risma. I am from Prodi English Education class K1. Okay, here I will explain is about improving students' reading skills through the use of reciprocal teaching technique. Reading occupies a large portion in teaching learning activities. Having a good ability in reading is a demand for students, especially for them who study in English department. It is reasonable since all their learning materials are delivered in English. There are some factors that influence the student in reading. Some experts have identified a number of factors affecting comprehension skill. One of them is reduction 90 and 79, 220 and 20 will propose 5 factors which affect the comprehension skill. First factor is intelligence. Every student has different level of intelligence, so it will be possible for them to produce different comprehension. The number of ideas that she or he understands and the path of her or his understanding will be depending on her or his general capacity to learn. Next is experience. Students with limited experience may have difficulty in comprehending many of ideas and activities which other students are familiar before they come to school. The last is mechanics of reading. Comprehension will be easier for the student if they have all mastered the skill of word attack and word meaning. From the definition, it can be inferred that reciprocal teaching is a technique used to develop comprehension of texts in which teacher and students take turns leading a dialogue concerning sections of a text. There are 4 activities that are incorporated into the technique: summarizing, questioning, clarifying, and predicting. There are some strategies and techniques which can be applied to teach reading comprehension, such as collaborative strategic reading, transactional strategies, instruction, reciprocal teaching, and so on. Due to the needs to find strategy to improve not only students' score but also student interaction, the technique might be suitable to overcome this problem is reciprocal teaching. The technique was introduced with the lecturer as the role model. At the end of the session, the task was given. In the second meeting, the lecturer guided students to lead the discussion in their group. The task was also given at the end of the meeting. In the third meeting, the discussion was led by the students. They were successful in implementing every step of reciprocal teaching. The interaction occurred among them. At the end of the meeting, they were given a task. Based on the data presented in the previous section, it can be concluded the reciprocal teaching strategy had successful in improving student reading comprehension. Their post-test average score was 80 and categories in very good level. The successful of reciprocal teaching strategy in improving student reading comprehension was influenced by several factors such as classroom activity, material, teacher knowledge, and assessment activity. Since reciprocal teaching strategy is very useful in improving students' reading comprehension, it is recommended to lecturer as well as teacher to implement this strategy to their class. At the next use could be selected based on the student need. Finally, the result of this research could be useful for other researcher who wants to conduct further research. The purpose of this research was to find out whether reciprocal teaching strategy able to improve the student reading comprehension and also find out the factor which influence the improvement of the student reading skill. This research was an action research. The participants of the research were the third semester students of 20 until 2018 academic year of Setiba Persada Bunda Pekanbaru, which consists of 13 students. The instruments used to collect the data were from observation, checklists, field notes, interview, and reading tests. There were two main findings in this research. First, reciprocal teaching strategy was able to improve the students' reading skill. It could be seen from the improvement of their mean score in reading comprehension at the end of the cycle 1. Second, there were several factors that could be in the improvement of their reading skill involved teaching materials, teacher knowledge, student interaction, and assessment activities. To sum up, the implementation of reciprocal teaching technique was able to provide positive results on their reading comprehension. Alright, that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your attention. See you and have a nice day.